Okay, so good afternoon, grade 8. So today we have our new lesson. It's about Central Asian arts and crafts. So of course, we have objectives. First is to appreciate the arts and crafts of Central Asia, identify significant arts and crafts, relate arts, element, and principles of design, and identify and appreciate distinct cultural characteristics and function of Central Asian countries. So let's go to Central Arts and Legacies. So let's talk about their arts and crafts. So these are the countries in Central Asia: Kazakhstan, Kyrgyzstan, Tajikistan, Turkmenistan, and Uzbekistan. Alright, so let's go first to Kyrgyzstan. So what are the arts and crafts in Kyrgyzstan? So a little overview. This is the map of Kyrgyzstan, and these are the famous places in Kyrgyzstan. So if you visit Kyrgyzstan, so those are the places. Okay, so these are the people who live in Kyrgyzstan. So we call them Kyrgyz. So Kyrgyz are the people who live in Kyrgyzstan. Alright, so Kyrgyzstan form based on the needs of the people's everyday life, and the traveling way of life influence in it. So their arts and crafts is stoneworks. So for their stoneworks, the ancient stone sculptures near the Burana Tower are located on the famous Silk Road, Kyrgyzstan. Okay, so this is the example of Kyrgyzstan. Yan. This is the famous tower in Kyrgyzstan. So those are the stoneworks of Kyrgyzstan. The other arts and craft is felt arts. So for felt arts, these are their traditional felt rugs in a Kyrgyz yurt. So as you can see, the detailed are very beautiful, very elegant. So it's not just a rug, but with art on it. Okay, so next arts and crafts is wood carving. For Kyrgyzstan, they have their own chess. Okay, so for their chess set, it is made of wood. They're the one who carve their chess. And so as you can see, you can distinguish who are the king, the queen, the horses, and the pawn. Okay, this is the wood carving in Kyrgyzstan. Okay, next, they have jewelry making. They also have their own jewelry. So it is threaded triangles, intersecting circles, zigzags, and four-petal rosettes, radial and starry rosettes, bracket forms, and a running wave. So these are their jewelry. Okay, so it's just fancy for us, but these are their jewelry, especially this one, the red one. Okay. Alright, so next arts and crafts is leather products. So they also have their own leather products. So leather products made up of animal skins were used to make a variety of household articles, including leather clothing and footwear. So kitchen containers, horse harnesses, tail straps, sad girts, girdles, and saddle clothes. Okay, so these are their leather products, the bags, the footwear, yan. Okay, next, they also have their embroidery and weaving pattern. Okay, so with this one, many embroidered items were intended for practical use as well as for decoration of the yurt. So these are their embroidery and weaving products. Yan. Okay, so these are the arts and crafts in Kyrgyzstan. Let's go to Kazakhstan, the second country in Central Asia. So overview for Kazakhstan. Ayan. So this is the famous tower in Kazakhstan. Okay, these are the people who live in Kazakhstan, and we call them Kazakh. Kazakh are the people who live in Kazakhstan. Okay, next. This is the traditional woman attire. So the first picture is the traditional woman attire and the second picture is for wedding. Okay, so these are their clothes. Okay, that is for Kazakhstan. Let's go for Uzbekistan. Okay, for Uzbekistan, these are their famous places in Uzbekistan. There you are. Okay, and for the people, these are the people who live in Uzbekistan and we call them Uzbek. Uzbek are the people who live in Uzbekistan. Okay, so they also have their engraving of copper, wood, and plaster-based materials. Okay, these are the examples for copper, wood, and plaster-based materials. Okay, they also have their own jewelry making. Okay, so these are their jewelry. It's just the same with the other country. Next, for carpet making. Okay, so these are their carpet of Uzbekistan. They also have their ceramic arts. So as you can see, check for the detailed arts for their ceramic. It's not just an ordinary arts. Okay, next, ornamental gold embroidery. Okay, for their ornamental gold embroidery, it's more on gold. Okay, so it's very traditional to them to have gold touch for their clothes. Okay, so inlaid musical instrument, these are the instruments they use, and it is played by performers of Central Asia classical and folk music, mainly in Uzbekistan and Tajikistan. So this one, the middle, we called it sato. Okay, sato is a bowed tanbur or long neck lute. Okay, so these are their musical instruments. They also have their decorative boxes. So for their decorative boxes, this is for local tobacco, baskets, and chests. So they put their tobaccos inside in it. It's not just ordinary box. Of course, they also have their national attire. There, the first picture is for wedding, and the second one is for their national attire. It consists of plain tunic dress of Khan atlas and white trousers. Ayan. So, more on gold and silver jewelry they use for their national clothes. Okay, for the fourth one, Turkmenistan. Okay, so for a little overview, this is their map. And these are their famous places in Turkmenistan. Okay, for the people who live in Turkmenistan, these are the people and we call them Turkmen. Turkmen are the people who live in Turkmenistan. Okay, for their arts and crafts, they have their torba. Okay, so these are the torba. Look at the detailed. It is all handmade. They use it as a bag. Okay, so it's more on created on horizontal or vertical looms, mainly using different colored wool threads. Ayan. They also have their carpet. For their carpet, it's a type of handmade floor covering textile, traditionally originating in Central Asia. Okay, so for Turkmen tribal rugs, and the rugs produced in a large number for export mainly in Pakistan and Iran today. Okay, they also have their headdress. Okay, for a headdress, this is called takya. Takhya. Okay, this is skull cap. It is not only just a headdress but also a symbol of the national Turkmen costume. Okay, so those are the sample of their headdresses. Okay, for their jewelry, okay, it is carried deep symbolic meanings and often mark an individual's passage from one stage of life to another. Okay, so namamana siya. So, this one at the middle, this is for the jewelry for the boys. They use it for the boys. And the other two are for the girls. Okay, and this is the last country in Central Asia. And let's look for the little overview for Tajikistan. Yeah, this is their map. And these are the famous places in Tajikistan. So Tajik are the people who live in Tajikistan. We call them Tajik. There. Those are Tajik. And they also have their carpet weaving. And it's considered one of the Asian kinds of crafts. So carpets that are handmade are not only a household item but also a work of art. Yan. So as you can see, the detailed yan, very detailed yung arts nila. And yung last picture, that is the modern carpet that we have. Okay, this is Farruh Negmatzadeh. Farruh Negmatzadeh is a famous painter in Tajikistan. Okay, he uses oil and canvas, and they called it morning. So for Farruh, for us, we exchange or we sell our paintings in exchange of money. But for Farruh, he wants only cocoons for his basic need or for survival. He uses such as for firewood and for cooking oil. Okay, so that is Farruh. Okay, so these are the famous paintings of Farruh. Here, yeah. So look at the detail. It's very elegant. It's very nice. Yan. So those are the paintings of Farruh. So thank you so much, and don't forget to like and subscribe.